Good morning, everybody, from St. James Academy in Lenexa, serving up the start of a brand new season of high school volleyball. It's the 13th annual St. James Volleyball Slam, presented by Hy-Vee. I'm Leon Liebel, along with Nancy Dorsey, the head coach of St. James Academy, also the director of this tournament, and also providing color commentary. She does it all, as it is a full day of volleyball, 8 matches, some of the top teams in the area and beyond. What a great event this always is.
Thank you. We're very excited to have Spectrum back. This is always a great way to open the season.
And starting with match number 1 this morning, it's Olathe East against Blue Valley, the Tigers, and boy, what a contrast of experience between these two teams this morning.
Yes, Blue Valley with 11 seniors. That's incredible. Look to see great things from their libero, Purdue commit Ryan McAleer. And on the other side of the net, you've got Olathe East, the Hawks, with the only one senior, their libero, Maddie Wilcox. So it should be an interesting matchup, but a lot of physicality, and it should be really fun.
We will be having the opening serve coming your way right after this. You're watching the St. James Slam, presented by Hy-Vee. And welcome back, everybody, to St. James Academy. Again, it's the St. James Volleyball Slam presented by Hy-Vee. Leon Liebel along with Nancy Dorsey is our first match this morning. The Olathe East Hawks, their head coach right there is Brian Martin in his 22nd season as the head volleyball coach at Olathe East. He's also the head girls basketball coach going up against the Blue Valley Tigers. As Nancy mentioned in the open, it is really a contrast and experience here as that Olathe East team is just one senior. Blue Valley Tigers, they are coached by David Johnson. There's Dave with the beard, and Coach Johnson in his 10th season as the head coach of the Blue Valley Tigers. As we're about ready to get underway with our first match of a long day of volleyball. So we got some fans coming out in early morning on this 8 o'clock start. Again, 8 matches today, volleyball all day here at St. James. My broadcast partner again, Nancy Dorsey, putting this all together, and also coaching as St. James Academy will finish out the final match of the day. That'll be around 6:30 this evening against Lansing. And so again, we see the Olathe East Hawk fans across the way. Teams are out set to go.
Fine, Jared.
Meanwhile, for Olathe East, I'll give you the lineup here. They got Kate Wright will be the libero. She's a sophomore. And again, this team really dominated by sophomores, Olathe East. Audrey Wills, Lily Wayhoff, Chloe Terrell, Sydney Baumfalk, and Erin Smith, one of the top returning players for Olathe East. And meanwhile, Blue Valley will have a lineup of Avery DeLong, Charlie Thomas, Ryan McAleer, Tiana Simmons, Caitlin Stout, and Kate Peterson. Peterson in the middle there at 6'2". And Nancy talking to Dave Johnson, he'd like to have his team really be aggressive in this game against the Hawks and maybe play a little more physical.
Yeah, these are two physical teams, and when you get to the first game of the season and it's televised, I always laugh. We're doing these games, it's like miss serve, miss serve. There's a little bit of nerves, there's a little bit of kind of nervous energy, so it's always interesting to see how teams will come out. I know when I spoke with Brian Martin about his team, he just said they have a lot of athleticism, they have a lot of energy. So in a game like that, that can really, benefit you. And then of course on the other side of the net, you have the experience with so many seniors. Johnson said they have a theme, we cheer till it's our turn. When you have that many seniors, my goodness, it's hard to get everybody in to the game.
And again, this Olathe East team, we talked about just one senior. They've had some success, though, in the volleyball program of Brian Martin, won state titles in 2013 and 2014. As we are about ready to serve it up, St. James Volleyball Slam is underway. Blue Valley serving first. Blue Valley in the white, black and gold, and Blue Valley on the board first in this first set. By the way, serving, that is Kate Peterson. And Peterson, a dominant type of player for this Blue Valley team. Second serve of the first set of this match. And 2-0. Blue Valley on top quickly.
Yeah, not uncommon to see those errors early on. Again, with the youth, with the inexperience, and just the little bit of the nerves. This is a big game to play in.
Yeah, you talked about the TV. I think we take it for granted sometimes being back of the microphones here. But yeah, when the cameras are on you out there, it's probably a young player. It causes some nerves.
There we go.
That's a nice finish right there for Olathe East. That'll get the blood flowing a little bit as we see the replay. And that is Andre Wills.
That was great. She just found the seam in that block and the seam in the defense. As a hitter, that's what you're looking for, holes. All the holes that you can find to find some floor.
Check that. That was Sydney Baumfalk with the finish there. The sophomore, again, one of several sophomores on this Olathe East team. This team we may look forward in a couple years as there is another point for Blue Valley going up 3-1 here in the first set.
It's a great swing by senior right side Avery DeLong. She's headed to Pittsburgh State to play next year, so she's going to continue her career in college, as are many of these young ladies we're going to see playing here throughout the day.
It is amazing the number of players who will be headed to the next level and at a high level. A lot of Division I players. In fact, I just saw that the sport of volleyball produces more Division I players than any sport in the state of Kansas.
I believe it. That's why we got this event started, was to highlight some of the talent in this area that we felt was kind of, being ignored.
And right now, Blue Valley taking control here and up 4-1. Let's check that point again. As here is the serve from Claire Jones, number 3, and
whenever it nips that net, it's just a lot harder to pass. It kind of changed the trajectory of the ball, so it definitely keeps things interesting.
How about that? Olathe East coming back. Chloe Terrell with the finish.
It looks like maybe that ball hit the antenna. Yep, she hit that off the antenna on the way, so it's Blue Valley's ball.
Yeah.
Claire Jones is back to serve again.
5-1 now. 5-1. Oh, that ball is up in the rafters, bouncing around. Blue Valley, a nice block there on the far side. Point goes to the Hawks.
We call that a momentum builder. 8, Chloe Terrell. She's a 21 AVCA Phenom selection. She was second team All Sunflower League. She led them in kills. It's no surprise that we're seeing her make big plays early on in this game. 3-year
starter on the varsity, and that serve goes out. It's now Ryan McAleer will be serving for Blue Valley. She's a junior. And that one trickles up. If I remember right, you didn't like that rule.
You're right. I don't love that rule. When I was in high school, I'm aging myself here.
It used to be like tennis.
It was a missed serve. Yeah, it was a missed serve. So that's not the case anymore.
All right, a break in the action with Blue Valley up 7-2 in this first set. We're going to take a break. Again, you're watching the St. James Volleyball Slam presented by Hy-Vee. Back at St. James Academy, the St. James Volleyball Slam, again presented by Hy-Vee. First match of the day of 8 matches. Long day of volleyball. Blue Valley Tigers leading Olathe East now 8-2 in this first set as McAleer with the serve. Tough serve right there. Not able to return that one from the Olathe East side.
It put a smile on McAleer's face. She went back there again to serve, talking to Coach Johnson. As I said in the Open, she's headed to Purdue to play when she graduates high school. So it's a huge program and obviously a testament to her skill.
She brings a lot of energy to this Blue Valley team as well. There's another point. As there's McAleer, number 10, when they came out here and they were warming up earlier, she was walking around on the court on her hands.
She probably was a former gymnast or something. That would make sense for just her ability to go run down balls. She is on one of the top club teams, in the nation as well. So she plays at a high level all year round, which certainly, gives her an advantage in terms of just being at her best.
And again, goes out, and boy, Blue Valley really taking control here now, up 10-2. Julie
Kinney on the outside on that last just finesse play, just kind of tipped the ball right over into that that open spot in the middle of the floor. We call that the donut, often a dangerous place.
McAleer still serving for Blue Valley. Olathe East trying to get something going, but into the net it goes. And so now 11-2.
Right now, the Hawks are just a little bit out of system, so their setters setting everything from the 10-foot line or beyond, which just makes it hard to run an offense, and it makes it harder on your hitters to be effective. So, you know, they just need to work on getting their passing system, and things will turn around for them.
Once again, we talked about the experience in this match. As Olathe East, just one senior. And Blue Valley has 11 seniors on their squad, and they are showing some of that experience. And
that was a great swing by number 5, Julia Kinney. It's going to just drop right in that back corner. We're always telling our players, if you can hit that corner over and over and over, it's extremely hard to defend because there's nobody standing back there, and it's hard to read. That's an awesome swing.
You know, you look at this front line of Blue Valley up here, they're really a lot of length. I mean, we talk about height just like basketball, but they're long, too, long arms.
Yes. Yeah, they definitely have some size. Which does not hurt in the game of volleyball.
That serve goes into the net, so Olathe East will chance now to serve as it's 12-3. Some substitutions. As coming into the game now, Taylor Dick. She's a junior for Olathe East, number 3. Meanwhile, serving is Carly Perrell. And
that's a great
nice serve.
Yeah, that was a great serve. That had some pace to it, didn't it? Number 12, Carly Perrell. She's a sophomore setter. She's going, and actually that's what Martin said about her. She's a really tough serve. You know, that serve was probably out, actually, but she forced her to go to that line and pass it.
A little too much juice on that one, and out it goes, and it'll be 13-4. As now coming in for Blue Valley is Tori Gellis. She's a senior, another senior on this Blue Valley team.
You could just throw out a guess. She's a senior. You'd probably be right. There's only 13 people on the roster, and 11 of them are seniors.
And a lot of 12s on this roster listing grade 12 as that one drops in where nobody's standing, and 14-4. Blue Valley dominating here early.
The pass and serve game continues to be problematic for the Hawks, but again, early on in the season, they're young. Just need to gain some confidence back there.
Tori Gellis again serving for Blue Valley, and that one's going to be way too far out from Olathe East, and 15-4. As there's, again, Dave Johnson. Dave's an interesting guy to talk to, and his team in command here as we will be back right after this with more from the St. James Volleyball Slam presented by Hy-Vee. And a nice crowd early this morning here at St. James Academy for the St. James Volleyball Slam. Again, Olathe East in the orange and blue going up against the Blue Valley Tigers in the gold and black. As Blue Valley taking early command here in this first set, 15-4. Here's coming, well, they were going to have a big hit right there. Kind of a change up, and that one was just a miss hit on Olathe East side, and that'll be another point for the Tigers of Blue Valley. A big smile there from the Blue Valley player. That's Julia Kinney. I thought she was going to
she took a little bit off of that, didn't she? That's what makes a very effective hitter. Be able to hit it hard, then be able to trick them.
Kind of a knuckleball serve there, a little tap over from Olathe East. McAleer with the set. Kinney. Nice dig on the other side from Olathe East. That was really way off. Julia Kinney trying to come up with a big shot for Blue Valley. And hey, how about Olathe East getting one in there?
And there it is, just dropping it inside the 10-foot line. That's a great shot. It's a hard ball, that just kind of heavy, sharp cross. Make that left front play defense. Caught her by surprise. Great work.
So the Hawks will be serving after that point. Chloe Terrell, again, a junior. Little bit, I think we saw this last year when I did this. A lot of adrenaline on the serves.
That pass and serve is the most fundamental part of our game, and if your pass and serve game is off, it's just really hard to get any kind of rhythm. So for the Hawks right now, obviously, if I'm Martin, you know, in between sets, he's going to talk to them about just calm down. Let's get some passes in system. Let's serve aggressively and try to get Blue Valley out of system.
Charlie Thomas serving, and with the finish right there was Caitlin Stout right at the net.
Yeah, Caitlin Stout got the birthday ball. We call this overpass, but the birthday ball because it's like happy birthday because you should score every time. So she did a great job of finishing on that play.
There's a good look at Caitlin. Again, 18-5, Blue Valley leading. First match of the day, 8 matches in all on this St. James slam.
There it is.
Olathe East coming up with a point.
That was really the perfect play. Carly Perel, the sophomore setter, just gave a beautiful ball to her outside hitter there. You can watch the finisher straight down the line. Nicely done. That's what it's supposed to look like, and that's what they need to get in that rhythm. Great finish by Sydney Baumfalk.
Okay, right now with the serve.
Nice up.
Oh, man. Little tap over. Nice block there at the net, and good save by Blue Valley. A lot of activity right there in that top of that net.
Great little rally going now.
Just not quite there. Olathe East, though, doing a nice job of keeping everything alive in that point.
Yeah, that was a great rally. A lot of great defense being played, some creative shot selection from our hitters. That's what it's supposed to look like. That was really great.
Brooklyn Ferris now into the on the floor for Blue Valley. She's serving. She is another senior for this Tiger team. Oh,
nice
what
up.
Save.
Tori Gellis with that up there for the Tigers.
Action picking up a little bit. How about that block at the net and the point?
And another senior enters the game. First, you're going to see the dig from Tori Gellis and the save there from Kate Peterson. But then you're going to see this finish here on the block with Tiana Simmons, another senior for the Tigers.
Oh, and speaking of Tiana Simmons.
There was that physicality that Johnson talked about. You got Tiana Simmons and Peterson combined for that block. Peterson headed to NC State, and Simmons headed to Emporia State. So you got 2 collegiate volleyball players there going up against that attack. Really impressive.
It's amazing we talk about all the Division I schools these girls are headed to, but all over the country, not just locally.
Yeah, there's a long list coming in the gym today. And a lot who haven't committed yet. You know, there's plenty that are being recruited and they just haven't found their match yet.
Well, we talk about aggressive and being physical. That was a little finesse right there, finding the empty spot for the point. 22-6 here in the first set.
It's good to have both. It's good to have a little bit of the power and a little bit of the finesse.
And again, Brooklyn Ferris serving for Blue Valley. She got it. And Dave Johnson pretty happy about that serve.
I'm sure you heard that one at home. I could hear that with my my headphones on here. Yes, he got excited. You know what? It's good to cheer on your team and get them fired up. The season started.
Lily way off, and that's gonna. Oh my! Olathe East was celebrating.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to see that one again.
Still alive.
Because I also thought that ball was down, but
let's see here.
Let's see if we can. Oh, she pancaked it. Oh my goodness. That's why you can't ever celebrate too early, I guess.
Wow.
Lesson learned.
Now Blue Valley looking to finish off this first, and that's going to be out. And that'll be a point for Olathe East and staying alive here at 24-7.
Really, that's the first error we've seen on the side of the Tigers. There just haven't been many mistakes. They've played a really kind of flawless game. It's hard to beat somebody that doesn't mess up, ever.
Audrey Wills, Sydney Baumfalk back in for Olathe East. As Audrey Wills will be serving, sophomore.
Wills led the Hawks last year as a freshman with aces, and you can see why right there. Impressive serve, has a heavy drop.
Perfect timing there to talk about the aces.
That's right.
She comes up with
She kind of set that one up for me, didn't she? Just a sophomore. second season on varsity. There's another one.
Oh, man. Well, Brian Martin says the goal of this team is to get better each match and have fun doing it. And they are enthusiastic.
There it is again. She has kind of a hybrid serve. There was a little float on that, but also a spin. Those hybrid serves can be really nasty to pass. And again,
wow.
3 in a row.
3 in a row. 24-10.
It's funny. We coaches, we know our players. This is exactly the thing that Brian Martin talked about with Audrey Wills, is that she's going to come in and she's going to really put some pressure on the other team from behind the service line. So she's certainly proved that here in these last 3 serves.
Still set point for Blue Valley.
Got another one.
And she's got 4 in a row.
Nothing breeds confidence like success. It's so fun to go back to that line and know that now everybody over there is a little bit afraid of the serve that's going to come off her hand. Mackler's back in the game.
It's a good look at Audrey right there and the reaction after that successful serve. Can she make it 5 in a row? This time we get a return and a little block there at the net, still alive. Blue Valley trying to finish off this first set, and they do it. Winning it 25-11 with that finish right there to win set number 1. Kiana Simmons with the kill. All right, once again, you're watching the St. James Volleyball Slam presented by Hy-Vee. Back with more right after this. Hy-Vee proud to support Greater Kansas City High School athletics. Again, I'm Leon Lieb along with Nancy Dorsey here at the St. James Volleyball Slam, the 13th annual, one of the top sporting events, high school sporting events in the Kansas City Metro every year. And Nancy, of course, the head coach at St. James Academy and also the director of this tournament and our expert analyst here on the broadcast this morning, teaching me all about the volleyball every year.
Well, thanks for having me back. Glad they haven't fired me yet.
And again, Blue Valley taking control early in the first set, winning at 25-11. And again, we got more matches we got matches all day, 8 of them. And our next one coming up after this will be Free State from Lawrence against Blue Valley North, the Blue Valley North Mustangs, the defending 6A state champions.
And that should be a good one. That should be an exciting one to watch. So get in front of your TV, or even better yet, get in the gym. Come and support these young women and this amazing skill and talent that we have all across the McKinney metro area.
Always amazed at the support these teams get, even in an early morning match at 8 o'clock. You know, Olathe East has a great representation of students across the way. And there's Dave Johnson, the head coach of Blue Valley.
Talk about having fun. You know, Dave Johnson's always going to have a good time when he's coaching his team. And to your point, the Olathe East, the Hawks always bring a great crowd, and they're wearing their bright orange and their construction jackets. It's hard to have this 8 a.m. game. It's a tough spot. You know, it's early, and it's hard to get kids out of bed. High school kids don't want to get up that early, but impressive that they got as many people here as they did. And that's one of the reasons they're always here every year, is because they bring a good crowd.
Also later this morning, we'll have Blue Valley Northwest against Shawnee Mission Northwest, and it'll be Blue Valley West, Lee Summit West, Liberty, Olathe Northwest, St. Teresa's Academy versus Bishop Miege, Washburn Rural versus St. Thomas Aquinas, and then Nancy's team, St. James, taking on the defending 5A state champion, the Lansing Lions. That'll be the final match of the day. That'll be this evening around 6:30 tonight. As we are about set to get back to action here in this second set. Blue Valley took the first one 25-11, trying to close it out here, this match. In the last Saturday of August, and it's a long season. We go all the way into October of the state tournament, so just got to pace yourself, I assume.
It's, you know, it doesn't feel long in a lot of ways because, you know, you look at volleyball compared to the basketball season, it's really pretty short. And we have about 10 weeks start to finish. It's not a huge amount of time, and we fit in somewhere between 35 and 40 some games in that period of time. So
and a lot of these girls play all year round pretty much anyway, don't they? Or
they do, yeah. Most of these girls are club players as well, so they don't get much of a break.
Yeah, we got a bit of a delay here.
They're just trying to get their lineups figured out. It looks like Blue Valley was maybe rotated back one from where they thought they were. So they just got them set straight, and now we're ready to party. And look who's back at the line, Audrey Wills, who finished the game with 4 back-to-back aces. Smart move by Martin.
She'll be serving up the first serve in this second set for Olathe East, as we are ready to go. And how about that?
So Martin's getting up and he's going over to his server and he's saying, hey, don't serve that girl. She's got this wicked serve, but she serves the best passer on the court.
5 out of 6 now for 5 successful serves. Going
there
back to the first set. Time the Tigers trying to, swing and a miss at the net. Another point for Olathe East.
Avery DeLong's looking at Johnson. They're just kind of laughing. You know, things happen. It's a really hard ball to hit when the setter leaves you a ball with her platform that far off the net. So in fairness to Avery, that's a really tough ball to hit.
You know, Olathe East, how about that? Up 3-0 here in the second set. Again, Blue Valley dominated the first set 25-11, but the Hawks coming back with, once again, their top server, Audrey Wills, the sophomore. She has been phenomenal back there serving the ball. And right in front of us, a nice move there by Nancy to save us.
That really is a nasty ball. Like I said, it's kind of a hybrid. She's got a lot of movement on it, which is a float. Typically in this game, I like my service to serve a float, but she's got the top at the very end of it, so it floats and it drops, so that makes it exceptionally nasty.
4-0 East on top now in this second set.
There it is.
This time we finally get a finish, a point from Blue Valley.
That was a great play. Beautiful pass by Ryan McAleer. Great set by Kate Peterson, and then the finish by Tiana Simmons. That left back corner.
Tiana Simmons again, the finish there. She's number 11, and it is 4-1 now. Second set, Blue Valley will be serving for the first time in this set. That's Claire Jones. Claire Jones, her team down 4-1 in this second set.
Nice up. Yes.
Oh my, that ball is way up into the stands. What a hit.
That was just a silly play. As a coach, you get up off your feet. You're excited about that one. Everybody in the gym thought that ball was down. Ryan McAleer popped it up. Kate Peterson had a nice save on the second ball, and then the finish. That was beautiful.
Blue Valley cutting the Olathe East lead 4-2 here now in the second set. And they won the first set 25-11. And that one way deep and out, and it'll be another point for Blue Valley. 4-3 now. And there's Dave Johnson, the head coach, in his 10th season. Blue Valley, native of Lincoln, Nebraska. They got some pretty good volleyball in Lincoln, Nebraska.
He was a pretty good volleyball player himself. Played at Newman University in Wichita. Big kill from Sydney Baumfalk. Sophomore left side hitter. Saw that athleticism there, just kind of using those hands of the block. You can see here on the replay, just caught the seam, caught him on their way down.
Sydney, number 11 right there, and that was a nice finish. And now Lily Wayhoff will be serving for Olathe. They lead now 5-3 in this second set. And I thought I heard a whistle.
Yeah, there was a net violation. I missed it entirely, so you have better ears than me.
5-4, Blue Valley now. McAleer will be serving. Ryan McAleer for the Tigers. Trying to tie it up here in the second set. Look out.
Nice.
That was almost kind of a change-up coming over.
Yeah, it's fun. I don't know if you can hear it at home, but you can hear Ryan McAleer behind her attacker just calling shots, and she's like, high line, high line, high line, and that's exactly what Julia Kinney did. So you got to love that teamwork.
5-5 now as Blue Valley ties it up here in the second set. Once again, Julia Kinney East keeping it alive. A little tap over, McAleer.
There it is.
And point goes to Blue Valley as they take their first lead of the second set. 6-5 now. The Tigers on top of the Hawks.
Great finish there by Avery DeLong. You know, a lot of times in volleyball, you talk about the finish, not the pass or the person who's delivering the ball, but got to give props to Kate Peterson. She's putting up such a great ball, and it looks so effortless as she does it. Really, really great setter. Headed to NC State.
Hey, Olathe East comes up with the point, ties it back up here in the second set. 6-6, as that was Aaron Smith, I believe.
I think it was actually Chloe. Yep.
Yes, you're right.
Chloe Terrell.
Chloe Terrell.
Yeah, she's a junior left side hitter, 2-year starter for them, and she's, excuse me, 3-year starter for them, and she has really got a heavy arm. You could hear it coming off her hand.
And another point. That's too deep for Blue Valley.
Big block there by Aaron Smith for the Hawks and Lydia Ayers. It's great when you can finish a play with a block, but in that case, they blocked the ball, and the Tigers had a second chance at it, and then it led to a hitting error. So either way, you get the point and you celebrate.
Really got to give it up for Olathe East. They get really dominant in that first set, 25-11, and well, now it's tied again, but 7-7. Really coming back here in the second set and being very competitive. As back in now is Tori Gellis for Blue Valley, and Gellis will be serving.
At this early in the season, you really have nothing to lose. So, you know, why not just go in and battle? Going to learn something about your team every time you play.
Oh, big hit right
That's a
there.
great spot.
That's Chloe Terrell again. Number 8 for Olathe East. And the Hawks.
Going to get another look at that attack. Again, this is that deep corner. She's a little bit outside the antenna. That's a really hard ball to dig. The middle back and the left back have to cross. And if you can get into their seam, it leads to some trouble. And she's done a great job of putting the ball down for the Hawks today.
Carly Perrell back in, and she is serving for Olathe East as, maybe miscommunication there almost, or just fell in between them.
Yeah, that's a birthday ball. That's one you want to convert on. Yeah, exactly right. Just a little miscommunication. Not sure who's going to take it.
Now, is the birthday ball your term, or is that just a volleyball?
You know, I can't take credit for that term. Somebody I work with here actually was the one who first said it to me, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I love that. So shout out to Eddie Godinez at St. James Academy for giving me the phrase.
You get a copyright on that. 9-8 there as Blue Valley comes up with the point. Let's see it again as Charlie Thomas with the serve.
Man, you could just see that ball drop heavy as it crossed the net. There it is again. That time they get great pass by Kate Wright.
How about Chloe Terrell? And that one, though,
it's a great swing. It's the right shot.
Yeah.
Just a little bit wide. She's doing all the right things.
(10-8) Blue Valley, and that 10-9 as that one's too deep, and that's going to be a point for Olathe East.
I love the Hawks' energy right now. As you said, the first set was, was not close. They seemed a little bit nervous. They didn't pass in system, and they all have a smile on their face, and they're all having fun, and that's a credit to Martin and his coaching staff. It's hard to get your kids back on track after a start like that, and it's really impressive.
Chloe Terrell now serving for Olathe East. And Terrell.
Ooh, that was in.
Is in. Caught the line, and Dave Johnson calls a timeout as it is tied up 10-10 here in the second set. Olathe East Hawks hanging tough against the Blue Valley Tigers. Once again, you're watching the St. James Volleyball Slam presented by Hy-Vee. And we're back to action. Olathe East, the Hawks, hanging tough here in the second set against the Blue Valley. It's all tied up 10-10. And the Tigers, after a timeout, come right back out and score, lead 11-10 here in the second set.
That was a beautiful set by Kate Peterson, I have to just say, as a person who really likes to watch setters, that was really a great delivery and an awesome finish by Brooklyn Ferris.
Brooklyn Ferris now serving for Blue Valley.
There it is. Lydia Ayers.
East comes up with another point to tie it back up, 11-11.
Really like her energy. She's a first-year varsity player. She's got a fast little arm on her, and just again using that block on as they're on their way down. Just Martin talked about how improved she was as a player, and you saw that right there. That was a great finish. Wow.
Oh, wow.
That was fun.
That almost looked too easy.
Yes.
That's Kate Peterson, 6'2", and again, she's got the long arms as well. She's got some length and just reached kind of over and bang.
Yeah, when you have a setter who's offensive in the front row, it can really be a super big threat, and it kind of just keeps the defense on their heels. So that was a fantastic.
This set has been very competitive, 12-11, Blue Valley on top, and now Tigers with their biggest lead of this second set. First time they've been up by 2 points, 13-11.
Out of system volleyball is some of the hardest volleyball when you're on the side that's out of system, and right now the Hawks just got to get that pass up to the net. Their hitters do a really great job when they're in system. When they're out of system, it's just so much harder to score, and there it is, a perfect pass.
Kate Peterson serving for Blue Valley. Olathe East trying to get something going, and just a little bit shy there of the net, and we're going to have another timeout. This time Olathe East calls the timeout as Blue Valley has taken a 14-11 lead here in this second set. As once again from St. James Academy, the St. James Slam presented by Hy-Vee. We're back after this. And the fans of Olathe East coming out strong early this morning here at St. James Academy to watch their Olathe East Hawks here in the St. James Volleyball Slam. It's 14-11 Blue Valley.
It's a great pass by Kate Wright.
Here. And now about 15-11. A big action there at the net for Blue Valley. That was Caitlin Stout. Wow.
Yeah, that was a nice block there by Caitlin Stout. She just kind of followed that ball, got her feet set. Strong hands.
Pretty happy about it too. 15-11 is Blue Valley trying to close out this match by winning this set.
Pass. Kate Wright doing a great job as libero for Olathe East. They don't serve her a whole lot, but she got the last two, and they were fantastic.
Another point for Blue Valley. This Dave Johnson, man, he is excited.
That was an awesome swing by Tiana Simmons. Just took a little bit off of it. I always tell the hitters, I was like, you don't have to hit the ball hard. You just have to score. Find some floor. And Tiana Simmons did a great job of doing that there in that right back corner. Again, headed to Emporia State to play next year with one of her teammates, Caitlin Stout. They're actually right next to each other right now, blocking. How fun is that?
Boy, quite a save. They're almost behind the Olathe East bench. It's Brian Martin running to get out of the way. Blue Valley still comes back to score the point, and now up 17-11.
Boom, that's a great swing by Avery DeLong. He's headed to Pittsburgh State to play. So across the front line right now for the Tigers, you've got Pitt State, Emporia State, Emporia State. You've got three college athletes.
Yeah, the MIAA. Well represented here already.
Nice up.
Stout. And
Called the double.
Thought I heard it was 18-11, and Blue Valley's really just exploded here in this second set. As we're going to keep it right here now with another timeout on the floor. You know, Olathe East very competitive until about, well, when we got 11-11 there, and that's 7 unanswered points from the Blue Valley Tigers.
I think we're seeing what the Olathe East Hawks can do, you know, in that first part of the set, as they're young and they just need to get a little bit more in sync and pass a little bit more in system, but you can see that there's a lot of growth and a lot of potential there. So if you're Martin, you're thinking, okay, we're seeing really good things. We're playing against a veteran team with a lot of seniors, a lot of college volleyball players, and you know, we're hanging here and there. So we really need to just kind of stay positive and just keep growing. The goal is not to win the first game of the season, it's to win the last.
Yeah, if you just joined us, we were talking about the contrast and experience early in this match as Blue Valley have 12 seniors on their roster. Olathe East with just one senior, a sophomore-dominated team, really. As that is serve is out wide left, and it's going to be a point for Olathe East. So finally get back on the board, 18-12. And look who's coming in, Audrey Wills, number 4 for Olathe East, as we see the serve.
Johnson thought that ball was in. It looks out from our angle. It's close, though. It was awfully close.
And Audrey Wills, who's had so much success serving for Olathe East, back there to do it again. East able to, or Blue Valley able to return it this time. Trying to set up something at the net.
Nice up. Oh, darn. That was a great up, but unfortunately a net violation on the second contact there. Kate Wright is really a bright spot for the Hawks. She's really done a great job when she's getting served. Look at that ball. She gets her hand on that. That is impressive. And they called that net violation on the second contact. Yeah, Kate Wright's doing a great job. I really like watching her play. She plays very effortlessly, very consistently, very aggressively.
Julia Kinney back in for Blue Valley. Meanwhile, Claire Jones is serving for the Tigers. And there is Julia Kinney, but what a block of the net. Olathe East hanging in there. 19-13 here in the second set. It's now Maddie Wilcox.
The sole senior on the team, Maddie Wilcox, back to serve. 3-year varsity player.
Kinney, and
nice.
That's impossible to return that. That's just terrific.
She has a really high contact point, and she's hitting it from high in the sky. You can kind of see on this replay here, that's a great wrist snap and just good thumb down action there to get in that sharp cross spot. That's really hard to defend.
And not only hitting it hard, but hitting it, the placement was amazing. As McAleer now serving again for Blue Valley, up 20-13, trying to close out this opening match of the St. James Volleyball Slam. Olathe East against Blue Valley.
Nice up. If you're looking for space, it's not in the left back region of the court for the Tigers. Ryan Backley's going to get that ball up.
Nice dig there.
That was a great rally. Awesome defense being played really on either side. You have the finish by senior Brooklyn Ferris for the Tigers.
21-13. McAleer back again to serve. And it pops that one high in the air.
Nice.
Nice over there on the far side.
No surprise, it was Chloe Terrell again. I'm going to get a second look at that. Has a big smile on her face. She's got that seam down the line. Oh, beautiful. That's a great finish by Chloe Terrell, who's really been pacing the offense for the Hawks all morning.
Lily Wayhoff now serving for Olathe East. Hawks in the navy blue, trimmed in orange. And the Hawks coming up with another point. 21-15.
Martin said Wayhoff is the high energy kid, just a sophomore middle hitter. She's a good blocker, kind of keeps the team loose and happy and exciting. You've seen a smile on her face all morning, regardless of the score, so that's pretty awesome. Nice up.
Whew.
I did not think that ball was getting
I think
up.
Blue Valley thought they had the point there. Now we got into the net.
Yes. Setter Kate Peterson is back row, so she's got to stay on her side of the net and her whole foot.
And Audrey Wills will get credit. There's Audrey as once again Wayhoff back to serve, and it's 21-16. Here in the second set of this opening match here at St. James Academy. Olathe East trying to stay alive and force a third set.
Nice.
With Blue Valley. Big finish right there. That is once again
that starts
Julia
with an
Kinney.
insistent pass from McAleer, and then the great delivery by Kate Peterson and the finish by Julia Kinney.
But she really brings that arm back.
Yes, it's a good 1-2-3 punch there for the Tigers for sure.
22-16.
There it is.
Nice. Terrell again over there. Chloe Terrell Another big smile after that. Again, Ryan Martin, he said they want to get better, as we mentioned, each match and have fun doing it. And they seem to be having fun.
They do, definitely. They have good chemistry, you know, and again, with a young team, it just takes time, and this is early in the season. They've got a lot of time to get better and to work on the things that they're struggling with.
Well, the Tigers come up with a finish there, and it's 23-17 now. Once again, Blue Valley won the first set 25-11.
Great spot.
Oh, that's terrific. Again, the Hawks hanging in there.
You don't often see the libero
Wright.
get kills, but you got to love that. Kate Wright gets that out-of-system ball and just drops it in that corner. Nasty business right there. I love it.
Kate Wright known more for her passing. That was a great shot. Chloe Terrell doing the serving now for Olathe East. And another point for the Hawks. Don't go away. They're not going away. 23-19 here in the second set.
So the thing with volleyball is this is a game of mistakes, and whoever makes the least amount of mistakes typically comes out on top. It's got to keep the ball in play enough to let somebody mess up. Nice up. Good save there by Kate Peterson.
Terrell. Stout trying to come up, man. That's going to fall in for the point. Caitlin Stout. And there she is, number 14. So it's going to be match point now for Blue Valley and the head coach, Dave Johnson. As Brooklyn Ferris will be serving it up for the Tigers.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
that right there
shot.
is my issue with that serve. Is you can end a game that way. It's just like so deflating. I hate that. But great finish by the Tigers.
Yes, Blue Valley goes on to win the match in straight sets, 25-19 in the second set, and that is the final of this one as Blue Valley over Olathe East. Back with more from the Slam presented by Hy-Vee right after this. And back at St. James Academy, the Blue Valley Tigers celebrating their first victory of the brand new volleyball season as they win in straight sets over the Olathe East Hawks. Again, I'm Leon Lieb along with Nancy Dorsey, the head coach of St. James Academy and the director of this terrific event, the St. James Volleyball Slam. And impressions of that first match, kind of what we talked about, the contrast and experience. I think Olathe East may be a little bit overmatched experience-wise in this one.
Yeah, when you have 11 seniors and they all play, I mean, it was really just like a revolving door of seniors going onto the floor for the Tigers. There's a big difference if you've coached any sport between a senior and a sophomore. Just maturity, just their confidence, their comfort level with themselves, and you could really see that maturity kind of play out on the side of the Tigers. They've got great defense, they've got a great setter, and that's just like offensive option after offensive option for them. You know, the Hawks, on the other hand, are young, and they've got a lot of growing to do, but I think they have, you know, their ceiling is high, and they've got a great coach and a coaching staff leading them. So I know that by the end of the season, you're going to see a team that looks a lot different. And they just need to grow in confidence.
And they were very competitive in that second set, so that's something to look forward to for them. As again, Blue Valley over Olathe East, and that's going to do it. We'll have another match coming your way here at St. James. That'll be Free State versus Blue Valley North, but for right now, that's going to do it for our opening match of the St. James Volleyball Slam presented by Hy-Vee.